Advantage Marine, Bridgeport Jet Ski, Drew Boat Lift Company, Fiber Steel Boat Lifts, Formula Boats of Missouri, Glen Cove Marina, Hydro Hoist Boat Lifts, Marine Max, Ozarks Barge and Dock Service, Ozark Yacht Club, PDQ Marine Services, Holly Lift, Rough Water Dock, Somerset Boat Lifts, Sir Dyke Yamaha and Marina, Tri-Toon Town, Village Marina and Yacht Club, Yacht Club Marina.
Mike Atkinson, how many years is this now for the Kansas City Boat Show or the Overland Park Boat Show?
Overland Park, yeah. First show was in '03, and so that makes this the 11th year of it. And when we first started to do it, you know, there was a show up here previous to that these guys did, but then they built this building in '02 and '03, and what a gorgeous place it is. Perfect for a boat show.
And it's right on the state line between Kansas City and Missouri and Kansas, so you get to you get the best of both worlds.
That's true. It's not very far from here. The state line is real close, and we do get people from both sides.
For the viewers that are not that familiar with the history, it's really is an exceptional undertaking for the Lake Area Marine Dealers Association to produce a show. You actually don't just walk in and this is someone else producing it. You produce it from step one.
That is true. This show and plus two others are owned and operated by Lake of the Ozarks Marine Dealers. And so everything you'll find in the show, all the boat dealers are from the lake area. Most major manufacturers are represented here. If you're interested in boating, this is the place to be.
And it seems like people realize year after year you see the same families coming out to take a look at the boats.
That's true. You know, once people get into this, they love it. It's a great family sport.
And also something that I was fascinated to learn is that while we have beautiful new boats here, top of the line, people can also talk about trading in their used boat or get in touch with dealers while they're here to talk about used watercraft.
Absolutely, and I think if you walk around and you look in every one of the locations where a dealer is, they'll have a board or a book of pictures of some used boats that they have. They're wanting to sell anything having to do with boating.
Well, I know that the marine dealers and the association take a deep breath before the Overland Park Boat Show because it kicks off an entire series of boat shows yet to come.
It does. What happens after this is our next show as a group will be down at the lake at Dog Days Bar and Grill. It's an in-water show. That one's a lot of fun because it's outdoors and all that.
Now, what's the date for that one, Mike?
Oh, I think it is the 19th through the 21st of April. And then after that, we go to Captain Ron's Bar and Grill in September, and I'm not for sure of the dates of that. It's just a little too far out for that.
A little too far out right now. But you have a couple of stops to make. Now, you guys will go to St. Louis, correct?
Yes, that's correct. These guys go to St. Louis. That show's put on by a different company. But here again, that's a big boat show. A lot of boats to be there and represented. And
there's another huge event that the Marine Dealers Association got involved with. First time last year, and it must have worked out well because you're doing it again this year.
That's great. Aquapalooza, and that is July 20th of this year. And that's a great event. That's a lot of fun.
Well, I can see you're a busy man because your phone's ringing. As always, everyone can go to your website, right, to find out what activities are coming up at the lake this season.
That's right, lomdaboats.com.
Well, we'll keep an eye out for you. We'll keep an eye out on the website. I'll look forward to seeing you in April, though, at
Thanks,
the next
Deborah.
boat show. Thank you, Mike.
All right.
We're an esteemed company here at Glen Cove Marina because we are with the top 100 in the nation in dealers. Sherry Jackson, Steve Lemons. Tell us more about the award.
Top 100 is a great honor. We applied for it. Our employees work very hard to retain the top 100 status. They have different criteria that you have to follow, that you have to be doing. We submitted that. We were elected as one of the top 100. This year they didn't rank everybody, but we are in the top 100, and that's fantastic. It's all of the dealers in North America, so that's quite a big playground there.
It's a huge honor, and I would like to talk about what does it take to get there in terms of you got to have a great line of boats to start with, correct?
Which we do. We have the South Bay pontoons, which yes, we do. We have a great line, and that is just one. You have to have a great service department. You have to be doing things right. You have to have great customer satisfaction, CSI ratings, and we have all that.
Absolutely. And we're sitting on one of those beautiful boats, one you're really partial to right now. And how can you not? I mean, with a bar area like this, what's not to love? It's like, oh, is there a rest of a boat here?
Yes, to me, it's very family oriented. If you have small children, they can sit at the bar, they can eat, they can do whatever. I really like this boat. I love the way that they put the seat over there instead of the barbecue grill, because you can go to a restaurant and grill. This to me is just fun on the water.
Absolutely. Steve, I've been watching you here today talking to tons of people, and not just, it seems to me like when people are coming to look at the boats, they don't just look at one. They want to see various models and look through it. So what do you find, or what are people asking about? What do they want to know, and what are the great answers about these boats?
Well, I think one of the big things that we're seeing nowadays is with the economy the way it is, you've got to be flexible on what kind of family you can spend the money with. We're lucky in our South Bay line that we can go anywhere from $30,000, actually $28,000 up to $85,000. It just depends on the level, the size motor that you want, how you're going to use it with your family, and the durability factors. So it makes it great.
What are some of the things when people are looking at the difference between pontoons and tri-toons? What are some of the questions they have?
Well, the biggest thing is why is a tri-toon better than a pontoon? A tri-toon, and you have to get a little technical, but a tri-toon can never stuff it. And what stuff means is the front end actually goes underwater. Pontoons years ago, we used to have a problem. If you pulled the throttle off too fast, the nose would dip underwater, and water would eventually go out.
As many former pontoon owners know that.
Everybody knows that. And we have to learn with the tri-toon, we have so much more durability and where we can drive in rougher water. Lake the Ozarks is, of course, not glass. Everybody knows that. And so they've always said that as we changed sizes, it used to be 22 was the norm, then a 26 and a 28. Well, as we do back in tri-toons, we've got to teach people that a 25-foot tri-toon, if it's equipped right and you learn how to drive it right, will run in the same water that a 33-foot V-bottom boat will run into. That's a big deal. Also, as we think about the economy and stuff, we've got to look at maintenance-wise. We use dominantly outboards on all of our boats, all 4 strokes, and there's no mixing gas and oil. The evolution of the outboard has progressed so far that now they're so quiet that you try to start them once they're already running, which is bad. But now we have a motor. Instead of spinning, let's say, you winterize a twin-engine boat that runs 50 miles an hour, you have to put it to sleep usually in September, October, and you're looking at $1,500 or so to winterize it, service it, and everything. We're looking at probably $200-300 one time a year on an outboard. But the trick is, I put the V-bottom with the motors that you put to sleep. I run this 12 months out of the year. Monday it's supposed to be here at Kansas City and Lake. It's supposed to be 65 degrees. You go down on your dock, you put a key in it, and you go boating. That's a big deal.
We went through this wave in kind of boat history where you thought outboards were just gone, but this new technology that you're seeing, they're back, right?
You can actually put an IO in this, an inboard. You can put one in this boat. We had a customer last year that Steve tried very hard to talk him into the outboard. He was determined, no, he wanted the inboard. He went and he bought one, and now he wants to trade it on an outboard, which is, and that goes to show what he's saying. It's year round. It is. Less maintenance.
When you're starting to spend, like I said, we're all pinching pennies. It's just the economy is going better. It's getting better every year. We've seen that since 2010. But it's still not to the days of 2005 where we all have disposable income to spend $150,000 on a boat we use for 60 hours a year. We need something that the whole family, if you as a wife come down and want to take your girlfriends out, a big twin-engine V-bottom boat is a little kind of scary.
It's daunting, yes.
But a 25-foot or a 28-foot tri-toon that runs 45 miles an hour, you can steer with one finger. And it's simple.
On the water.
and you're very comfortable. Mom wants to take the kids out skiing in the morning. It's real simple. You've got cameras on them now. You can watch the skiers behind you, and it's the durability factor. I can foresee, just roughly an average boater boats 60 hours a year. I know that Tri-Tune owners will boat 120 to 150 hours a year.
That's a great point.
Absolutely.
Because you can use it. You don't put the boat to sleep. You get to use it when everybody else has got their boats winterized. Who do they call? Hey, come on, let's go for a boat ride. We've got the Tri-Tune ready.
Oh, and in the fall at the lake, the colors
Can't
are
beat it.
beautiful. You can't beat it.
And
to
guess
be able
what?
to go out there and be on the lake,
The water's glass.
Yes, it
you
is.
bet.
Yes,
Because
it is.
all the V-bottoms are at home.
I don't know why people go to Vermont, but you can go down to Lake the Ozarks in the fall because
It's gorgeous.
As pretty as it can be.
Before we let you go, let's tell folks how they can find you when they come to the lake.
Well, I can handle that one. When you come to the lake, we are at the 3 mile marker off of Horseshoe Bend by road. We've been there since 1984. So we're not hard to find. We do have a highway store right across from the old Denny's on the corner of 54 and Business 54. So we have a highway store there. So absolutely, if you want to look at our boats, glencovemarina.com.
And you have a sea store down on your dock.
We do, the gas dock.
And
We-
you also sell accessories.
We have a full service department that's there year round. They're cranking out the work right now back home. We have the sea store, we have the gas dock, we have storage docks, dry storage, you name it. We've got it. Boat rentals in the summer if you don't have a boat. So
And we can also, we have a great, something new addition this year is an upholstery shop. Now we've got a guy there can fix your canvases, your seats, completely do that. And in the
Or make
future,
you
we're
one.
going to have, some prop repair too, hopefully. So we're working on that.
yeah, we're doing
factor
that
of it.
now. Yeah,
Well, it sounds like we might be able to see you in the top 100 again next year.
I hope so.
Look forward to it.
Well, we hope you have a great boat show season, and we look forward to seeing you on the water in the in-water boat show in April.
We'll be there.
We'll be there.
Connie, it's quite a bevy of beauties that you have lined up here.
Well, thank you very much. This is our line of Cypress Cape we have here, and we think they're a pretty nice boat.
Tell me why people are attracted more and more to the pontoons. I think they're great family boats, but they're getting more and more luxurious.
Right, they're getting more luxurious, so it kind of has Mom in on it, where she enjoys it more. We sell Tri-Tunes, and they're kind of like having everything in one. You can go fast with them, you can pull skiers, you can put a lot of people on them. They're just so versatile to use.
What is it about the Cypress line that, as a dealer, you really appreciate about their boats?
Well, they're fit and finish. They're very meticulous. If there is that we do find a problem, which is very, very seldom, but they jump right on it. They take care of it. They're very customer oriented, so we appreciate that.
And you do sell pre-owned boats, and so that's got to give you a great sense of comfort knowing that it's such a good line that you can pass on a pre-owned boat and people are going to be just fine with it.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, they're just something that we really feel good with, and we're happy to have them.
And what are some of the trends moving forward that are you seeing people looking for specific things in these types of boats more and more?
Every year we see they're wanting to go with more and more horsepower. Not that they'll actually use it, but at least they'll know it's there, and they're wanting to go higher horsepower all the time.
So that mindset of, it being a day to cruise around the lake and cove out with the family on these types of boats, they also want to be able to get up and go.
Absolutely. They want to know they've got the power to go someplace if they need to, and yet they can putsy and enjoy the family. So that's why they make such a great boat.
Is there anything you want to add?
Not really. We'd just like to have everybody stop by. We've got an inside showroom. Take a look at our boats. We keep one for a demo, and we'd be glad to have you and let you see what our boats are all about.
And where can they find you when they come to the lake?
We're in Sunrise Beach on Highway 5 at Lake Road 535 right on the corner, so we're real easy to find. Big building with lots of boats around it.
Tim, what is new and exciting in the world of Tri-Tunes?
Well, with our brand Manitou that we carry at Tri-Tune Town, they finally have a patent on this V-Tune technology. And that's the technology where the center tube is down lower and it's 27 inch and the outer tubes are 23. So this V-Tune technology allows it to run better in the rough water and handle better, turn tighter. Another item that we're offering extensively, especially in the Manitou line, is the rear entry and the stern entertainment systems. That's where you've got like a couch practically that you can lounge back on there or flip it up into a dining area. You can do that in the center. You can do that on both sides. There's a lot of opportunity with the Manitou rear entertainment system.
Literally, you can go out and spend the whole day on the water and be perfectly comfortable.
That's correct. Yeah, that's correct. There's so many configurations now that we can't even stock enough really to show you the differences. But if you can dream it, you can pretty much have it probably with the number of configurations available.
I often wonder what goes through people's minds when they are trying to make a decision between a pontoon and a tri-toon. What are some things to think about?
Well, we're certainly focused on Lake of the Ozarks, and we hardly even sell a pontoon anymore. But the tri-toon's really important to keep more weight capacity on it, larger motors, keep yourself out of trouble in the big waves. It's more stable, turns better, rides higher. So very good.
They really took that type of boating to the next level. I mean, tri-toons opened up a lot of options for people that kind of with the pontoons and rougher water they felt like they didn't have. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. And now they can pull skiers and tubers and have the speed that they didn't associate with pontoons before. It's a really nice family layout. Everybody can move around on the boat and get around. But with this tri-toon, we've expanded it to a performance type boat.
So as you said, you can pull several skiers at one time and really cut across the water. Something that I love, the new technology is great, but not everyone is always in the market for a new boat. And you do promote your used boat sales here at the boat shows.
Yeah, we carry certainly plenty of used tri-toons. Obviously, many of those are trade-ins, or sometimes people just want to sell their pontoon. They're ready to move on. So yeah, we sell used pontoons, used tri-toons, and oftentimes we'll get bow riders too because they're trading them in on the tri-toon. I also like to talk about my other brand. We've pretty much focused on Manitou, but we also carry JC, and they have the fiberglass front ends. They have open stern areas now, where you can walk around as well, back there behind the motor. Very bright colors, fantastic value per performance.
Any news in financing when it comes to these types of boats? Any great deals?
Oh, great question. I think we have an exclusive at the lake with 4% financing. So we have 4% for up to 12 years on any model that we sell.
That is exciting. Now, Tim, I know that folks can usually find you through your website, but they can also come see you in these boats in person. If they didn't make it out to the Overland Park Boat Show, they can come to the In-Water Boat Show in April.
That's right. And at the In-Water we'll be in Dog Days. And in our place, our actual physical location isn't far from that at 5695 Osage Beach Parkway. And please check us out on the web at www.tritoontown.com.
While many of the dealers here at the Overland Park Boat Show specialize in certain types of watercraft, one can find just about everything here at MarineMax. Frank, my gosh, what don't you have?
I don't know what we don't have. I mean, it is amazing what MarineMax can do for the boater. We carry everything from a sport boat, 18-foot, all the way to a 64-foot cruiser, our legendary Harris pontoon boats, our Nautique ski boats. It's just amazing.
It's easy to get excited about the boating lifestyle when you're at the MarineMax booth because you guys have some pretty toys here, and as we said, such diversity. She also brought the biggest boat on the lot here today. Let's talk about that beauty.
Oh, she is. It's a 410 Sundancer. It's a new model for last year. Been very popular. It has a Zeus drive, so it has the pod drives with the easy joystick steering, which brings a lot of new people into boating that were maybe a little apprehensive about boating on a bigger boat like that. So it makes it much easier, and just a great ride. A lot of new amenities, and of course our Sea Ray quality, you can't beat it.
Yeah, and they're just gorgeous, but they're also so highly functional. I'm totally impressed and also very intrigued by your outboard motorboat that doesn't have to be winterized. Let's talk about that. It's quite unique.
It's going to be a game changer. We are excited about it too. This is the first showing that we've had of that boat. It's called a 370 Venture, new from Sea Ray, new technology all the way around. It's an outboard driven cruiser, sport cruiser. And when you get in the boat itself, it's bigger than an actual 41-foot inside. Has a full beam master stateroom, great performance, twin outboards. You don't have to winterize it. And the best thing I like is quiet. It's actually 72 decibels at 35 miles an hour. That's quieter than you and I are talking right now. It's incredible.
Well, I can't wait to come take a ride on it on the lake.
Well, come anytime.
I'll come by because you can literally keep it on your dock year round and hop in and take a ride.
Yeah, it's the neatest invention that Bill McGill, our founder of MarineMax, actually had the brainchild of this, and he had Sea Ray develop it for them. It's been underway for about 4 years, and finally this year we've got it to show.
Now, as fancy as that is and intriguing, year in and year out, people come back for pontoons, and they get nicer every year.
Every year, the innovation on the legendary Harris float boat, been in business 59 years, and they continue to set the bar for pontoon boats. And it's incredible. You can have a bar on the back of your boat.
With a blender.
That's one of my favorites. Watch the grandkids while they're swimming and have a little Mai Tai or a Bloody Mary.
Have fun, kids.
It doesn't get any better. It's so much fun. And they handle the water, the roughness of the water at the Lake of the Ozarks can be pretty choppy, everybody knows, and the pontoon boats just handle them so well.
You're going to handle those rough water in style.
Oh, yeah.
And safely.
And you look good.
Yeah.
We've got over that, it's a pontoon boat stigma.
This ain't your grandma's pontoon.
Not anymore, not by a long ways. And every year, again, the innovations are just incredible. Loungers, bars, whatever you want.
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's go. Now, you have a special relationship that you have formed, MarineMax has formed recently with a young man that we've got to watch grow up at the lake. And quite a career he has now, and we got to watch him when he was fledgling, so it has to be really special.
Kirby is such an excellent guy. Just to know him, he's just such a deep heart with him, and he has really came alive in the sport of wakeboarding. I think he's rated 7th in the nation now, and just a neat guy. He's going to teach me to do a flip this summer, and he promised me he'd make me do it.
He swears he can do it, and of course we're talking about Kirby Leesman, and we're going to go chat with him here a bit because he has a phenomenal career, is very well respected in the wakeboarding world, but also as an individual as well. So we're anxious to hear from him about what he's going to be doing working with MarineMax and how he's going to get more people out on the water and out on wakeboards.
Yeah, and exclusively behind a nautique. That's what he's riding.
That's right, and I hear that's very special too, so we'll let him tell us all about it.
Awesome.
Okay, thank you so much. It's always fun to visit MarineMax and see all the new toys that you have, and we look forward to getting out on the water in them soon.
Anytime.
Kirby Leesman, you have a long-time relationship. We're happy to say with Lake TV, and now you're building another one with MarineMax.
Yeah, I'm super excited to be a part of the team, and there's such a wonderful group of salesmen and management. It's really cool to be with a team that's pushing hard at the lake.
Well, one might say, how does it come about that I don't know if I should say professional wakeboarder, but certainly a nationally recognized wakeboarder becomes involved with a company that sells watercraft?
Yeah, it's been a really great blessing just for me to be involved in the industry and building my knowledge in the wakeboarding side of things, and been competing for a long time, and I've had coaches over the years, so I've learned a lot over my experiences on doing the Pro Tour circuit and competing on the national level, and it's really led to a great relationship here with MarineMax.
And being pulled behind these boats has given you a lot of insight into what makes a great watercraft for wakeboarding and skiing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the new Nautique G23 is it's the premier wakeboarding boat in the industry. This thing was just released last year, and it has just revolutionized the sport for the next level. And it's just going to be incredible to see what all the other pro riders are going to be able to do with this boat, and myself as well.
The first thing that you notice when you see it out of the water is that's one funny looking hull, but it's what makes it such a great boat for what you do, your type of water activities. What is it about the hull that is going to really raise the level for wakeboarding?
The best thing about it is that this boat is featured with an incredible amount of internal ballast. Most wakeboarding boats in the past have had a decent amount, but this thing is really loaded up. So it is pushing through the water, getting a real good deep carve in a hole, digging a ditch, and just plowing up the biggest wake you could imagine.
And while I can't do it, it's always fun to watch you when that happens. And people will be able to meet you firsthand through MarineMax because you can get them out on the water. And you promise, I know you've told me this before, you can get anyone up on a wakeboard.
Absolutely, and especially with all the features of the wakeboarding boat, it just makes it so easy for a beginner skier or wakeboarder to get out there and get a feel for the sport in a low impact environment, just to have fun for the first time and not build bad habits right off the bat.
Well, and you're an approachable guy too, so I can assure people you're in good hands when you come see Kirby, because you make it sound easy, but also it's not a nerve-wracking experience to be out there with you.
Oh, well, thank you.
Now, if people, it's hard for me to believe people haven't seen what you can do on the water, but if they haven't, they can go on the website and see your videos.
Yeah, absolutely. You can go to kirbyschoolofwake.com, and there's a range of videos of me wakeboarding and teaching, and most of the clips are actually featured on the Lake TV channel through the Kirby School of Wake show. So stay tuned with the network to see our latest videos.
Well, we're excited to see you grow, your relationship grow with MarineMax, and we look forward to continuing our relationship at Lake TV with you. And what do you have up next in terms of competitions?
Competitions, we'll be starting off in April. So I'll do the King of Wake series again. This will be, I think, my 8th year on the Pro Tour circuit doing the contest. So I'll start in April and just go all the way through August. And then we got a big tournament coming to the Ozarks again with Brostock, and then also MarineMax is going to be hosting their wakeboard tournament this year. It's called the Triple Threat Throwdown, where you come out and you compete in wakeboarding, wake surfing, and wake skating for accumulation of points for your overall weekend.
Well, as always, I'm going to leave the boat show really excited for the season to get started, and it's going to be fun watching you this season and knowing that you're going to be around again.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
I appreciate it.
Chad, I love me a red boat, but obviously this boat has so much more special things going for it than just the beautiful red color on the outside. I mean, literally, I got goosebumps when we walked through this open bow boat. Let's talk about it.
Well, the color is called Hot Rod Red, and to see it, it's it's self-explanatory.
No,
This
it truly is.
This formula is the largest production bow rider being built today. It's 10 foot 9 inches wide. With the extended swim platform, it's 38 feet 1 inches long. This specific one's filled with all kinds of really cool custom features, black carbon fiber and red LEDs everywhere. People really need to come and see this boat.
Why are certain people just really attracted to the open bows?
I think the functionality comes into play, Deb. You can do so many things. They lend themselves so well for how people boat on Lake of the Ozarks, and I think that's what's made them so popular through the years.
Now, I understand this particular open bow is one of a kind at the show here. What makes it so special?
It is, we worked hand in hand with Formula, and they actually built this boat for Lake of the Ozarks in mind. It's great to hear they're doing well with it nationally, but we're doing really well with it at the lake.
Amazing. And so a lot of times open bows can be really choppy, but it maintains its stability. A comfortable ride, huh?
It does. The weight of it really helps. Seeing is believing, and we always encourage people, come see us at Formula Boats in Missouri. We're happy to take you for a ride on it and let you see for yourself.
Well, seeing is believing, but one of the really neat things about this boat is you don't readily see it when you walk onto the boat. It's kind of a hidden gem underneath. So let's talk about that cabin.
It is. You can crack that door off of the helm. It's a one-level cockpit, and then you open that door. There's 3 steps down. There's a small cabin. You've got about 6 foot 3 inch headroom with some really nice amenities like a standard microwave and refrigerator.
Yes, and potty.
Absolutely.
I mean, those things are important. Mm-hmm. Well, it's an amazing boat, and I understand we're going to take another look at another item that you have here that's pretty hot and pretty fast, too.
I've got a custom Fast Tech. Let's go take a look at it.
I'm ready. Let's go. Now, we just got done looking at a Hot Rod Red boat, but in terms of hot rod, this is about the fastest in your line. Is that right?
This is our Go Fast, that's here at the show. It's a 353 Fast Tech. It's a 2013 and has the new Stiletto Imron paint scheme on it.
So let's talk about these paint schemes are something else this year. Let's talk about this particular unit.
Yeah, it's custom. It's new for this year. It's not gel coat. It's actually DuPont Imron paint. It's a long, painstaking process, but the finish speaks for itself, and the durability as to how it will weather down at the lake as well.
Excellent. Well, if you're going to talk about a fast boat, I guess we have to talk about these puppies, right?
Absolutely. This has the new Merc 565 engine in it, which is the largest engine you can get without being supercharged. So reliability is still real well, but you're still achieving, that high 80 mile per hour, 90 mile per hour for performance in this boat.
Now, at the lake, Chad, obviously, big water really at the Lake of the Ozarks. A lot of times when you're on a boat and you're cutting across those wakes and you're going pretty fast, it can be choppy. How does this maintain balance and also comfort?
With the Fast Tech hull is designed to get up on top of the water, and the weight, the engineers have done a great job to really balance that thing out and make it just what it needs to be. Again, for the right buyer, this is what they're looking for. Performance, the ride, it encompasses all of those things.
Well, we've seen the great new toys at Formula. But there's things that you do. Of course, you have other boats here that are new and top of the line, but there's good things that Formula does day in and day out. You guys do maintenance and all that. Let's talk about a few of those.
There is. We are a full 7-day-a-week operation. Parts, service, accessories, dockage, dry dockage, fuel. I would just really encourage anybody that's not been to our place, they need to come and see everything that we have to offer at Formula Boats of Missouri.
And they can't miss you when they go across the Grand Glades Bridge.
That's right. We're right there at the Passover Road exit.
Well, it's been fun seeing your new toys. I want to point out for our viewers that come April, they can get out on the water in them, right?
Absolutely.
So we'll look forward to taking a ride with you at the Water Boat Show in April. Deal?
Sounds great. We'll see you then.
Okay, thanks, Chad. Greg Surdyke, what's new and exciting?
Gosh, what's new and exciting?
What isn't new and
well,
exciting?
Well, this boat, for one, is new and exciting. Is there a better looking boat than this one right here?
And it looks like something I could drive, like that, and I could dock. More importantly, it looks like something I could dock.
And it's very affordable. It's under $30,000. It's very sexy.
That is exciting.
It's got that hot lime green, kind of that Monster Energy look, if you like Monster Energy.
It is a sporty, sporty boat.
Yeah.
But I bet it picks up and goes. Just because it's small doesn't mean it isn't going to
Oh yeah, well, it's like driving a little sports car compared to a big boat.
Yeah, it is kind of like that little convertible.
And there's a lot of small lakes. You know, everybody wants to talk about big lake of the Ozarks. Missouri's got tons of small lakes. Kansas does. So we've got this Four Winds RS that's basically set up for zipping around and catching some attention.
It's a hot little boat.
You bet.
It is. And it's just one of your lines.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about the other lines that you feature as Surdyke, because they seem to be
Everybody
expanding.
knows Yamaha. That's our bread and butter. And I guess it's 42 years now we've been doing Yamahas. They get better every year.
Yes.
They're making great product. The prices are more affordable. The fuel economy is better. They're just blowing the competition away. They really are. We picked up Four Winds to fill in the gap after 24 foot, because that's as big as Yamaha's making, is a 24-footer.
Okay.
Although in Asia and Europe, they're making 36, 60 foot, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, that's got to be something really fun about being in the boating industry, is watching what they do in other countries.
Yeah,
because I'm always surprised. We kind of tend to think that at the lake we know it all about boats, but there's always surprises out there.
Yamaha's a worldwide company, and we're proud that they're assembling their wave runners in the United States, right there in Noonan, Georgia, which is close to Atlanta. Although I don't like the Braves. I'm still mad at the Braves for a lot of reasons, but what the heck. But Georgia's a great place for Yamaha to do their assembly plant, and they're stepping up production this year in both their wave runners and their boats, and they're anticipating a good year for 2013. We had a great year in 12. I hear a lot of my friends and competitors not real happy with 11 and 12. Well, we broke records in 11 and 12, and we're going to do it again in 13 is what our goal is.
When we were here chatting last year, the bell was ringing all the time, and of course you guys ring the bell when you sell
the patented bell. We like to make it exciting when you buy, and I got a bell that can be donged and it's heard from 2 miles away.
Yes,
so.
It is, and it creates a lot of excitement here
Yeah.
at the boat show.
Yeah.
Lots of exciting things going on for Surdyke. You guys expanded your showroom this year, and you did a really nice job of it.
Well, we planned it right in the perfect time. It was a super hot year. I mean, we were 100, 105 degrees for so long, 30 days it seemed like. But we've got this new indoor showroom where we can showplace our Yamaha Wave Runners boats, our Four Winds, our G3 aluminums, and it's paying off. It's a really nice store, and we want you to come see it.
Certainly catches your eye when you're driving down 54.
Thank you.
I guess
you like
that's
our Christmas lights that we had up there?
Yes, I did.
Reminds me I need to take them down.
You know, after boat show season, right? Because you're going to be
Yes.
pretty busy here for the next month or so.
We've been very busy, not only with the boat show season. We've got another little expansion that's coming in. We're going to have another marina that will house over 100 boats under cover and allow our boat business to grow. That's going to be hopefully by the time it's warm enough to get out and enjoy the lake, you'll see another Surdyke location.
So we'll have more big news during the Water Boat Show maybe in
Yes,
April.
we'll be ready by then for sure.
Let's talk about your locations really quick, because you do have several. I mean, obviously the highway store is very prominent, but you have more than one.
Well, my dad and my uncle started the Surdyke Enterprise back in 1969. Big family. I've got 10 brothers and sisters. Actually 9. I'm one of 10. And we've got stores in St. Louis. We used to have stores in Springfield. We've got stores at the Lake of the Ozarks. My focus is just Lake of the Ozarks. We've now restructured it to where Lake of the Ozarks is my baby, and I'm going to I'm going to help as many people have fun on Yamaha, Four Winds, and G3 product as possible. Not to mention the dirt bikers. You know, we like the dirt biking. So get us, you know, you can get us at the 26-mile marker by water. You can get us at our highway store on Osage Beach Parkway. And then at the 20-mile marker will be our new location.
Very exciting.
Or you can rent from us at the 7-mile marker, Toad Cove.
People that can't buy one, they can always come out and rent one and spend the day on the water that way.
That's right. One-day ownership is what we call it, instead of having a monthly
Sounds like
payment.
my cup of tea.
Yeah, and I've got a great rental lineup. We've got, I don't know, probably 30 different units available for rental. So come join the fun, get on the water.
Mark Brick, Village Marina, it's good to see you again.
Good to see you,
This is
Debbie.
probably my favorite time of year to see you, although I get to see
Right.
you all year long. But it's so exciting because the Overland Park Boat Show is, for all of us, really the beginning of the season, truly.
Oh, it is. It is. It's exciting times. There's a bunch of people out here right now seeing all the new models.
I think a good turnout this
This is
year.
really good turnout.
Yeah.
We sold a few boats on a Thursday, which is it's a good sign for the economy and sign for the whole lake area as well.
I think a good sign was I ran into you, if I'm correct, sometime this winter, and you had just sold a couple of boats.
I know, it's amazing.
So
Yep.
things are looking great for the season to come.
They are.
And you got to be excited about all these beautiful boats you have here today.
Yeah.
And open bow seems to be the term of the day.
That is good. And Cobalt has been the king of open bows. I mean, that's where they were started in 1968. They've always been in the open bow market. And now with just the change in times, maybe people are really going between the 20, 30-foot boats instead of the 50, 60s that you might have saw at the lake. And so they're really kind of coming back of age.
What does Cobalt have in store for us this year?
Well, what they're doing, they have a new, they're kind of modeling after, you know, like a Mercedes, you have the C, E, and S.
Okay.
And so with Cobalt, they're having just the 240 line. They're having the R series, which is over there, and they have the A series.
Okay.
The R series, you get a lot more upgraded stainless steel, a lot more stitching, a lot of attention to detail.
Okay.
On the A series, you get the hydraulic swim platform, which is unheard of on a 28-foot boat. Hit the button, down you go, and
Wow.
no more holding the little life jackets out there, you know, floating along. You just
Right.
lower the platform down, and
On a 28-foot, that is.
no one has it. So you know, if that's important to you, then Cobalt's the place to be.
Excellent,
Yeah.
excellent. I noticed that the interiors are getting more plush every year, and it seems like it doesn't matter the size of the boats. You got some really swanky interiors anymore within your boating community.
Well, the technology's really changed in terms of how they can do the mold and the little innovations that they can do. Now you're getting flip backs, pop-up seating, better contoured seating, and it's just all about the technology and the innovations that have come across over the last couple of years.
And it seems like so many of those, more and more, what they're doing is enabling boaters to stay out on the water longer.
Yes, and well, actually, you know, when you look at the back of a boat, coving is becoming such a big deal.
Right.
I mean, coving's always been popular, but absolutely everything there. You're getting the seats facing to the rear.
Yeah.
You're getting the flip-down swim steps where you're hanging out. You have the transom stereo modes, transom speakers. I mean, all that stuff is just meant for, hey, we're going to go out in the cove, we're going to have, you know, a picnic, and we're going to spend our day on the water on the back of the boat. So that's the big change.
Now, speaking of floating your boat,
Yeah.
can we look forward to another year of Village Marina doing their outings like you did last year?
Oh, we did. We did several. We had our 50th anniversary was held on Labor Day this past. You were there.
A little rainy.
A little rainy, but you know.
It worked, right?
We had the fireworks display. We have the Cobalt Annual Regatta. That'll be it's normally in July.
Okay.
And then you know, with the boathouse going on, there's just a lot of activity going on over at the marina.
Far more than just a place to go buy a boat. At Village Marina, you have lodging.
Oh, right.
And as you pointed out, the boathouse has great food, great entertainment, and a beautiful pool.
Oh, right.
You have a
Yep.
very comfortable pool area.
That is a nice little setup.
Having spent quite a bit of time there myself. And of course, it's easy to run into a brick at the lake because it doesn't just stop at Village Marina. You come on into the strip and people can stop by Casablanca's, and you have upgrades going on there as well.
Yeah, well, at Casablanca, which is on the strip, it's a below bar restaurant. It's a great hangout for the locals. The building was built in 1929. It's the oldest bar on the strip. So if anyone's, typically you'll have the great grandparents, you know, were hanging out there. Now you're having a new generation. We've totally gutted the basement, And I'd say by February 16th, by pub crawl, we'll have the downstairs done. There's gonna be a display kitchen so you can bring your family and kids, and you'll actually see the people throwing the pizza up in the air and then cooking, and so we're very excited about that.
So my upcoming list is to come out Pizza
right.
at Casa, and then come out and hit you up for a boat ride at the In-Water Boat Show in April.
That would be great.
Deal?
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I'd love to see that.
Gentlemen, thank you for joining us today at the very busy Overland Park Boat Show. I wanted to come over here by these motors because these Mercury motors are pretty darn impressive here.
Well, thank you very much. We've got a 150 and a 200 four-stroke here. We've also got 2 or 3 other motors around to take a look at.
It's interesting because you have items here on display that everyone needs if they have a boat, like the motors, but yet when people come to the boat show, it seems to be about the boat in its entirety. But this really brings home the fact that the boat's not going anywhere if you don't have the right power with it.
This is true with Mercury Power and low boats. We've got the low pontoons. We have actually brought something different this year in with bringing in the fishing boats. So definitely go Mercury Power and low boats.
Well, let's talk about the fishing boats because as we were discussing earlier before we were on camera, you come in and you see all these beautiful boats at the boat show. You very seldom see fishing boats, and I think you guys are the only ones here today with the fishing boats.
Yeah, as far as I know, I did walk the show before. We are the only ones. We brought 2 different styles. We have a deep V off to our left here and a modified V bottom with the new model for this year with being a dual console. And we've already sold one of them this year, and we weren't even sure if this boat was going to make it for the show, but Lowe stepped it up and made sure that we had one in time.
Now, am I right when I say Lowe is synonymous with fishing boats?
Very much so. That was pretty much their forte when they came out, when Lowe was first adapted. Then they got into the pontoon thing, and now in the last 10, 15 years, that pontoons have taken off so great. They've really stepped up on the pontoon, the performance side of it, what they're doing as far as accessories, the overall aesthetics of it, the creature comforts, just the way they're setting it up and the options you have as far as seating, power, toys, bells and whistles, everything. They've just really stepped to the plate and making it worth it.
Anymore, when you're in a pontoon, you're riding in high style.
Especially on the Platinum. Unfortunately, that one did not make it to the show. It was not constructed in time. But we do have plenty of brochures and videos here to show the customers when they come to the booth. And if you want to see one, we'll have one here shortly at the marina. And you can come down and take a look in person.
Will you be showing it off at the In-Water Boat Show?
Definitely. We'll definitely have a Platinum there.
Nice little surprise in April.
Definitely.
I want to revisit your point, though, about the Mercury motors, because an overall theme I'm hearing is that people are really liking the pontoons, but they're wanting more and more power behind them.
More and more power. The 2 pontoons we have here, we have an SS 250. It'll hold up to a 200 horse. We've also got the new X model. It's sitting behind us with the arch. It'll hold up to a 300 horse. The 300 horse pushes it just a little under 60 mile an hour. So it's got plenty of get up and go.
Well, if folks want to come see you and see these in person, maybe go out for a test drive, how do they find you at the lake?
Come on down to the lake. We're at the 1 mile marker. We're just off the Bagnell Dam Strip where the McDonald's is. Turn right down Hidden Acres Road and we're there.
We're here in the Bridgeport area, and the word of the day is jet skis, right?
That's right. Well, Kawasaki has come out with the the trade name is jet ski, and it's become synonymous with the personal watercraft as one and the same. We're the Kleenex of personal watercraft, and that's jet ski, which means Kawasaki. So, and we're the jet ski experts at Bridgeport. We've been there now we're approaching 30 years of selling Kawasaki watercraft.
Literally a fixture on the right before you go over the Grand Glaze Bridge or get off of the Grand Glaze Bridge, you can find Bridgeport.
Yeah, we're right at the southwest end, and it's not a big deal with the new roads. We're still visible. You just take the Jeffries Road exit and come down the hill to us, and no matter which way you're coming from, east or west. But we're easy to find there, easy to get to, and the new roads have helped make that a quick process no matter what part of the lake you're coming from.
Very easy to find you. We know that at Lake TV because we're your next door neighbors.
We are next door neighbors, but it's been interesting, but a fun time. Moving forward this year, we're going to have Of course, our rental side of stuff, we have that, but I'm here to talk about a jet ski.
Well, I tell you, speaking of jet skis, it never ceases to amaze me anymore when you look at them, because when jet ski was first introduced, it was like a quick buzz, and you go out and you do stunts and just have a good time. It wasn't something that you would really think about going a long distance on. But now they are bigger, they're more comfortable, and there's lots of things built into them that people can use them almost as it's truly a personal watercraft.
That's right, and it is. I mean, these will hold up to 3 people, which has been around for a long time, but now we've moved into a little bit larger hull that can take the rough water that the lake has to offer. Our deep V hull handles that to where you can go out for hours on end and ride instead of the quick spin around the cove. We've added a cruise control to our 300 horsepower model that can go slow also, but the cruise control, one of the biggest complaints we've had is hand fatigue, with your hand cramping while you're trying to give it throttle and do that stuff. Well, with the cruise control, you can set it, hold on all the way, and your hand doesn't get tired. So that's been a huge improvement that we've had. Of course, they have reverse, and a boarding ladder makes for easy deep water boarding. Pulling towables with these are much easier than the new Tri-Tunes can do it, but the personal watercraft definitely has taken that place, and of course much easier to do than the larger runabouts as well.
It is, you know, that last summer was the first experience I had being pulled by a personal watercraft, and it was so great. You don't have to lower the lift, and you don't have to get everyone in the boat and all that stuff. Man, you can just get right out on the water.
Hop out and go. And then of course that's the family aspect, and it's still the personal, and I say get the speed demon, that kind of stuff out of your system. You don't have to get the sports car. We have that for the water, and the acceleration is unbelievable. I mean, I can't stress it enough. It's so much fun. The adrenaline that you get pumping with our 300 horsepower model. We do have those at the 160 horsepower as well if we're a little afraid to do that kind of stuff, but with all the same amenities as well. So we've got something for everybody there at Bridgeport, whether the entry-level price point, we've got that, some great financing. Come check us out as far as finding some potential leftover models. So we have had some of those, and of course we do sell and service all of the Kawasaki's with the used ones. We have those as well. That varies daily, this time of year especially. They're coming in and going out as we move forward into the spring and all the way through the summertime.
I bet you feel really good, though, about the resale models, especially if they've been coming to Bridgeport for maintenance and everything all along. You can safely say to your new customer, we know this has been taken care of.
Yeah, I mean, the car industry has this certified program where we have, the Bridgeport, we've been selling them so long. I've been there now approaching the 30 years also, but we know the people, and they come, they're clean lake machines, so it's not like we're getting them from the saltwater side of things, and most of our trades are high-end quality trades that will make somebody a great jet ski.
And I would like to point out as well that Bridgeport, Kawasaki's a name, but Bridgeport is a name among Kawasaki because you continually have been leaders in this industry.
Yeah, we have been amongst the largest jet ski dealers in the Midwest and the nation for most of those years. And due to poor management and great location is probably the reason of that. But we have stayed very specialized and focused on what we're doing, and that is Kawasaki watercraft. We don't have the ATVs, motorcycles, that kind of stuff. And frankly, we don't have a boat line. We deal with Kawasaki watercraft, and that's why we're known as the jet ski experts.
Do one thing and do it well.
Well, we hope we do it well, and we strive to always do it better. But yes, that's the goal.
I have to tell you, it's like I'm looking at the BMWs of personal watercraft here. These things are beautiful.
Yes, the Sea-Doos definitely came a long ways in the past years. The technology with them, with the IS, the suspension models. They also got the brakes now that start and stop from the 100 feet of buoys or any dangers you might have. They've also came out with throttles where you can actually use a cruise control now.
Very interesting new
Yes.
development in personal watercraft.
Yes, and then we are the only ones that have that right now. So it's definitely a different standard of watercraft when it comes to technology-wise.
I would say so. Now, explain to me how braking works when it comes to a Sea-Doo and you're on the water.
You can actually pull the brake at about 30 to 60 miles an hour. I mean, it'll stop within about 100 feet of any other watercraft right now. So
It sounds like an excellent safety feature, but in my head, I see people who love to hot dog on these things, and that's kind of a little added bonus for them.
yeah, especially when they're, you want to get a little crazy on them and you got something you didn't expect coming up. So
And as we know, that has been an issue in the past sometimes with personal watercraft and people getting a little too crazy on them. And boats and personal watercraft, when they meet each other, it's not really a very pretty scene.
No.
So that is giving them more control over being able to avoid those situations.
oh, definitely. I mean, you'd be surprised on how well they actually stop. So
Now, explain to me, you said a term suspension that I'm not sure I've ever heard used in terms of personal watercraft. How does that affect it?
actually, with our suspension one, like we got behind us, the whole deck actually moves, and you can actually set it to a certain standard for an auto, so it's not as bouncy, or you can get more rebound, or you can get less rebound, depending on your style of riding.
Because when you have families on these, and you anymore, it's very common to see a family on a personal watercraft. So in that case, it would be something that would be a much safer and more enjoyable experience for them.
Yeah, people that like just to get out and enjoy it during the week, it's a little bit rougher. It helps a lot on the backs and everything like that. Not always standing up and getting just beat. So
And people are spending more and more time when they're out on the water on their personal watercraft, and so I would imagine
it's a
that's
little bit cheaper on the little pocketbooks. So a lot of people are going a lot to the personal watercraft side of things.
And I see an accessory here that's got to be very popular, which is a tow bar.
Yeah, on the Wake Editions, which is our sports, they offer the ski pylon add-on. They've got different modes you can pull certain weights at. You can program it so you got different riders, different settings. So they're very nice.
It's amazing when you look back on how personal watercraft started, and a name like Sea-Doo that's been around forever. It's fun watching it grow.
Oh yeah, like I said, the technology they've went into compared to Yamahas and your Kawasaki's, I mean, they are the top of the line. Like you said, they are like a BMW in the line. So
It's a great time to be looking at personal watercraft.
oh yes, very much so. We got a lot of rebates going on right now with the boat shows, so come by and see us.
And how can people find you when they come to the lake?
We are located now at the 21-mile marker. We are also up by Central Bank off of Osage Beach Parkway. Soon to be moving to a new location, those just to let you know.
Well, we'll find out more about that when we come talk to you at the M-Water Boat Show. How about that?
That'll work. We should be in our new building by then, or close to.
Well, we'll look forward to come by for a tour.
Alrighty, thank you.
Tim Shields, the general manager at the Ozark Yacht Club.
And it is so much more than a yacht club. I'm going to start out, I'm going to just skip right ahead to the food because I love eating brunch at your place.
Well, I tell you, we are very proud of our Lakeside Cafe at the Yacht Club, and we serve breakfast and lunch, and we are known for some delicious omelets, but we're also expanding our menu this year, so we'll actually be serving on into about the 5 and 6 o'clock hour in the afternoon.
Well, the yacht club itself comprises an amazing amount of territory, both in your actual spread there, your physical location, but also in all the different facets of the yacht club that take place there.
Right, we're a little different than the other marinas at Lake of the Ozarks because, well, one, of course, we're a sailboat marina, but we're also powerboat marinas. Our marina encompasses about 100 slips now. And so we have a lot of shoreline to cover with that. So we do have our main building, which has the Lakeside Cafe. But we also have a lodging end of the Ozark Yacht Club where we have homes that you can rent either by the room, which have lockout units, or you can rent the whole house for a week, a month, however you like. So we have our own, members-only private beach that we put in last year.
I love that.
You bet, yeah. It's really kind of neat because you can actually, as part of the Ozark Yacht Club, you've got so many different areas to go to. So if you want to be in the powerboat scene, do that. We're a lot of people say, well, you're at the 1 mile marker, you're missing a lot. Well, no, actually, we're not. You're only within minutes away from all the big hot spots on the Lake of the Ozarks. So,
and it's a pretty location. It really is. It's lovely to sit there and dine and just enjoy the quiet and the calm right very, very close to all the action.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of great. We're right around the corner from Beavers, the new hot spot on the lake. But also, what's great about our cafe that we like, we have the cantilevered decks that are right over the water, and it's a very relaxing, quiet. We're a little bit different than most places on the lake, whereas we are a cafe. And we really push our food, and our chef Cheryl does a fabulous job. We've got omelets that are about that thick, and as much of an appetite that I have, I can't even eat the whole thing. So we invite everybody just to come down and offer new entrance off of Business 54 in Lake Ozark. Look for the Ozark Yacht Club sign, OYC, in big letters, and you can just drive down the hill, go by the lodging facility there that we have, the houses. We have the Golden Pond, and you'll go by Princess Beach, and drive right on by our new facility for service that we're putting in. We actually expanded our haulite facilities this year, where we can lift boats up to 80,000 pounds and with a 20-foot beam. So we can pretty well pick up anything on Lake of the Ozarks. So, but we just invite everybody to come down and check us out. We're also located on Business 54 in Lake Ozark with our ship shop, and that's really kind of a different facet too. You were talking about how many different, not departments, but different offerings that we have at the Yacht Club. And at the ship shop, we've got all the items like you see here that we have at the boat show, but we also have oycnautical.com, which we have over 650, maybe 750 items. And each day we get more and more vendors, and we find new things all throughout the country, all related to the boating lifestyle.
You guys really are rather unique in what you offer at the lake. And as you said, it starts with the fact that it's for sailboats, but you also accommodate the fast crowd as well. Right. And so it's been fun watching you guys grow and looking forward to new things to come.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be right if I didn't also mention that the spring sailing season is coming up, and the Ozark Yacht Club is home for the Ozark Sailing Club. And, our regattas are getting larger and larger. And what really is rewarding to me as a lifelong resident of the lake, to have people that have the condos, and they'll come by and they'll say, we really enjoy watching the sailboats go by. And, I grew up powerboats, and I wish I would have learned it a little bit earlier. And it's so much more than just, a bunch of guys in the sailboats. They're competing out there each week, and it's fun to watch them during the racing season. That's starting here very soon.
I was going to ask, do you know when the first regatta is? Have you set the date yet?
No, but they can go to ozarkyachtclub.com and check out and see on their calendar of events and see when this racing season begins.
Well, I'm glad we got to see you here at the Overland Park Boat Show. We'll look forward to seeing more of you throughout the season.
Sounds great. Thanks for being here.
Mark Mawson, Polylift makes an incredible line of boat lifts, but what amazes me is you make them for all types of boats, and some of the biggest boats on the lake are supported by Polylifts.
Yeah, absolutely. We can do cruisers. We do performance boats, 40, 50-foot performance boats, whatever it takes there. We also do a lot of the catamarans that are out now. We've got a special cat rack and some stuff that we do that the performance guys really like. We've got rear work platforms, wraparound walkways. We were the innovators of all those things, and they have really turned out well, and people really take them.
Let's talk about Polylift innovation here for just a moment, because it goes way back down the family tree. Your dad was quite an innovator himself.
Absolutely. Again, when Dad started in the lift business, he started there in 1975 when we started our company. And we were doing things that the supplier we were buying boat lifts from at the time said couldn't be done, and we were doing anyway. And since that point in time, we have always tried to find ways to make things better and maybe not less expensive, but better and more innovative and easier for a person to use and with less maintenance. And everybody else has just tried to kind of follow and keep up by doing the bare minimums to make themselves like a Polylift.
And one way that you ensure that quality is by having so many of the components made right on site at the Polylift plant.
Absolutely. There again, we do everything at the plant. We start everything that comes in raw material, and then we convert everything into whether we cut, punch, welds, whatever it makes to be, and then take it off, have it galvanized, and then we bring everything in. We make our own bushings, we cut our pads to length, everything we do in-house.
And you ship these lifts not only at the Lake of the Ozarks, all over the world, literally.
Yes, we've been to Norway, we've been to Mexico, we've been got one in Africa, Canada, been quite a few different places. And we've got some more stuff that's working out and about. And not to mention we do stuff all over the United States.
And I understand that you have another type of lift that you can just drive right up on now that you are introducing at Polylift. Is that correct?
Yeah, we have a polyport, which is a drive-on PWC lift. You drive, you just pull up to it, you nose your toy up on it, and you just drive up on it. It doesn't require any power. It works real good in shallow water applications or in some real tight air applications where you don't have as much room.
Well, I know that the saying is that the water might be rocking, but if you have a poly lift, your boat won't be when it's up on it. And folks can come to the In-Water Boat Show in April and get a look at that for themselves, right?
We'll have our full water display there, which is a dock that's basically 64 feet long and 36 feet wide. We'll have a cat sitting on a 24,000-pound lift cat rack rear work platform, a tent for everybody to hide under. Whatever it takes, we're going to be there to take care of you.
I'm Joanne Clark with Hydro Hoist Boat Lifts, located in Lynn Creek, Missouri.
And Joanne, this is not your first boat show. You've been in a lot of these, but there's always something new and exciting to introduce at the show, always new trends to talk about. Hydro Hoist, being around for a long time, has been a leader in this industry for quite a while.
Yeah, absolutely. We've done lots of innovative things over the years, and we do have something new this year. We have a bow bumper for the bows to bump into.
Self-explanatory. But if there's a bow bumper, then it must be an issue that people are continually coming in to dock their boat, and if they're like me, is oops. The big oops happen.
You know, we have a bow bumper. We have, when you buy a lift from us, we've got hydro guards over the dock brackets. So, you know, we're kind of trying to stay ahead of the game, and we're going to provide you with things to help keep your boat safe. We got the boat lifts, we've got bow bumpers, and we got hydro guards now. Yeah.
Okay, so always expanding, and among your line of lifts, you've got everything from personal watercraft up to 32,000 capacity. That's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Our Hydroport XL is a big seller. You know, with the PWCs getting longer and bigger and heavier, we've developed one that's going to be big enough and long enough to handle the new models. So that is like a big seller for us. Now we've got shallow water issues at the lake we've never had, really haven't had before. So Hydro Hoist designed specifically a lift for shallow water. When that market, we've got 22 inches plus the draft of your boat, which is about 3 feet of water. We can get your boat on and off. Absolutely. So we've done that for you, and we've got our boat lifts up to 32,000 pounds. We can just about take care of whatever you need.
A tried and true line that just keeps maintaining its integrity year after year.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we also have shore power stations. So we do have, and I know the heightened awareness of electricity and power on your dock and stuff. So we have a vessel now that can store all that power for you. That's really easy and nice. So I mean, we can kind of take care of the whole gambit of
interesting new
needs.
Technologies, mixing with the old tried and true technologies, really increase the experience at the lake.
Yeah, absolutely.
Keep you safer, make it easier on you too.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we'll do whatever you need. You know, the last thing you want to do is worry about your boat and your boat lift. So we're here to take care of that.
Now, folks come down the lake and they want to come see these products firsthand. Where do they find you?
Well, we are right on Highway 54 between Camdenton and Osage Beach. A blue stucco building, blue roof. I'd like to tell everybody we're right next to the taxidermy shop.
Just look for the taxidermy shop.
And you'll see us. So.
Well, Joanne, we'll look for you around the lake. I'm sure we'll see you at the In-Water Boat Show.
Yes, you will.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
chatting with us today.
All right, thank you.
It is so great to meet you. You have a pretty big space here this year at the Overland Park Boat Show, and your lifts are front and center. Have you gotten good response?
Yes, we have. It's a lot bigger spot than we're used to. We used to just be against the wall and have a 10 by 30 area, but this year this is a lot bigger so we can get more product in here.
One of the first thing I noticed is that these are not round tanks like you see quite often. What's the difference between this kind of operating system and one where you do have the round tanks?
Operating really, it's about the same principle. The round tanks, you know, it takes two of them to run the length of the lift to make it operate. And with the single tank, it's, it's just wider and it's a single tank. It's just the round compared to square. There's not a whole lot of difference to me. We choose to use the square tanks because they're easy for us to get and they work good on our lift.
Now, you do everything from, of course, personal watercraft up to really big boats.
Yes, we make small wave runner lifts for single wave runners all the way up to 28,000 pound lifts for cruisers.
And how long have you been doing this again?
We've been at the lake since 1999 in the service industry with lifts, and I believe 7 years now we've been manufacturing new lifts.
When people come to the lake, how can they find you?
Well, it's drewlift.com, or we're in Greenview, Missouri, just north of the Niagara Bridge, about a half a mile. Pretty easy to find. We got lifts laying everywhere.
Just look for the lifts, right?
Yes, yes.
Well, I think that's some good stuff. We'll look forward to you having a great season at the lake, enjoying your year, and checking back in touch with you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Dave Brooks from Somerset Boat Lifts. We're here at the Overland Park Show and starting to get busy, and we're pretty excited about that.
Well, we're happy to see how many people have been out here at the Overland Park Show just during the day. This is Friday of the Overland Park Boat Show, and we're just now getting into Friday evening, so there's still a long night to come.
Long night and looking for a big crowd.
And when that crowd comes in and they come over and they want to talk to you about boat lifts, what are some of the questions they have on their minds, and what are some of the answers they need to have that they might not think to ask the question?
Well, there's lots of questions when you are trying to fit a boat lift. So when they come, they're wanting to know basically what the quality and the structure is, and of course, price. Our lift, the Galva hoist, is probably, we think, the strongest lift on the lake. It has understructure, which no other lift has. It has the polyethylene tanks, the HDPE polyethylene pipe, same pipe they use in the Alaska pipeline. It is virtually indestructible. We've got a piece of pipe over here that a 357 didn't go through that we can show you later on.
Interesting. Now, when you use the term understructure, what does that mean?
It means that on the bottom of the tanks there is C-channel running across with tank mounts, and it's all locked together, tightened down, bolted down together, and it just makes it a lot more rigid.
What's the lifespan on that?
Lifetime on the tanks. These things are virtually indestructible, and well, my boat's an 89, and I've had it under a Galva hoist for about that long. It's just phenomenal. We haven't done anything to it. There is some wear parts that you have to take care of once in a while, but usually not very much maintenance.
Now, this is a pretty good sized lift behind us. You're saying, though, that you have everything from canoes to cruisers that you can accommodate.
That's right. PWC lifts all the way up to 46,000 pounds. This happens to be a 8-arm 14,000, and it's built for more of the main channel type situations. A normal 14,000 would have 6 arms, which is still pretty heavy duty. But when you get into those main channel situations, which the water is what I call Lake of the Ocean, it needs to be beefed up, and we do that.
Now, people come to see you and they decide to purchase one of these lifts. They're going to be right down the road being manufactured. It's like they're not being brought in from somewhere else.
No.
They're right down the road being
No. The Galva hoist is manufactured by manufactured by Mad Duck Marine Systems. Our manufacturing plant is in Lynn Creek. We have 2 locations for the Somerset Boat Lift distributorship, and that is in Osage Beach on Jeffries Road, and it's also over on Old Highway 5 North, about 4.5 miles north of Camdenton.
So people are at the lake, they can always stop in and see you, but if they want to call you before they come, they can do that as well.
Please, and you know, either location, whatever's closer, we have staff at both that will be happy to take care of all their needs.
I have a question for you I haven't thought to ask anyone else, but it's always on my mind. I just never think about it when I'm talking to someone that deals with boat lifts. What happens with the old ones? If someone's replacing a lift, where does the old one go?
It goes. It actually we'll take some of them back, and we will dispose of them. We do take some in trade, not all types, but some, and so it just depends on the individual's brand that they have.
So you have the conversation with them about what happens with the old lift, and that's part of the whole process.
Yeah, and we try to do our best to accommodate getting rid of their lift and getting them into our Galva hoist.
Okay, my name is Dean Pluth. I'm a sales rep for Fiber Steel Boat Lifts in Camdenton, Missouri.
25 years under the Fiber Steel belt.
Yep, I've been with them for 16 years, and boat lifts are a pretty strange device, but definitely needed on the Lake of the Ozarks and to keep your boat up and safe and clean.
Well, you just really educated me on a question that I've had for a long time, which is why round tanks versus the square tanks. And you gave me quite a bit of interesting knowledge about it. And there's you brought home the importance that it's something to really consider when you're purchasing a boat lift.
Right, it's your water depth on the type of water that you have, rough or calm. But the water depth, the square tanks work a lot better in shallow water because they use less water in order to get your boat down and off of the lift. They have better support. You'll never find any docks with round flotation under them. They all use a square flotation because it displaces the weight load that you're dealing with a lot better and handles the rough water just as well as any other one. But it's just much safer and more stable.
Now, galvanizing is a word that one hears quite often when you talk about boat lifts, and really plays a very important role in keeping the metal up to par for the boat lift.
Right, and even though everything on a boat lift is usually made out of with the stainless steel parts or the galvanized steel for being in water, but the ultimate goal is not to have any metal parts in the water. So, and that's how our lifts are designed. It's where all your steel is above the water line, so just makes them last a lot longer.
It's definitely more of a thought process than I had considered, but the points of not getting the steel in the water are very well taken.
There's a lot of details and a lot of things that go on with boat lifts that need to be considered and rigged up so that it works best for your type of boat, your water condition, the type of dock, how you want it to perform for you also. There's a lot of different ways that they can be rigged up. And that all comes into how long the lift will last for you, too.
Now, Dean, if people want to find you when they come to the lake, how do they do that?
Well, they can get a hold of us. Our phone number is 573-365-5775. Or they can call the local number, which is 346-9688. And they can also get us on our website, which is lakeboatlifts.com.
I'm Jordan Crabtree with Crab Crow's Rough Water Docks.
Jordan, I got to tell you, you put Rough Water Docks as your business name. That's quite a commitment. What makes your dock so good in rough water?
Just that we have, the best concrete, and we have 8-inch junior I-beam, so it's just real heavy, and it can take pretty much any beating anywhere on the lake.
Now, this is a family-owned business.
Yes, it is. My dad's been doing it for 20 years, and I plan on taking over and doing it for the next 20 years.
So your family knows about docks and knows what it takes to keep it from rocking and keep it safe on the lake.
Oh, yeah, we've had a long experience, and we plan on keep doing that.
Now, in terms of your materials, do you have them there at the facilities? Do you go ahead and assemble them yourself, or you bring them in?
Oh, yeah, we get the raw steel. It all comes to the shop, and we build it from there all the way up to the finished product.
It's quite a process, and I would assume that you do everything from the smaller ones to these mammoth docks that are really party central anymore.
That's right. Just either, single well docks or up to condo docks, any dock you want pretty much.
Jordan, if people come to the lake and they want to find you, talk about rough water docks, where should they go?
They should go on Highway 5 right there in Sunrise Beach across from Como Electric, or right there at the Hurricane Deck Bridge.
And I bet we can see you at the April in-water boat show as well.
Oh, yeah, we'll be there.
We'll be looking for you out about. Thanks. It's always fun, right?
Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
Hi, I'm Steve with Ozark Barge and Dock Service. We've been serving the lake area for 25 years now, and number one dock builder at the lake. And been going good, real busy, which is good, and everything seems to be going good. And
now, Steve, am I correct if I call this a modular concrete dock?
no, it's just got
I'm not correct.
it's a steel frame floating dock with concrete precast pads. That's the concrete that you see, and it's all galvanized structure, so you ain't got no rusting. And everything's 100% welded, where some guys don't weld everything 100%. We weld everything 100%. Our framework is 300% heavier than anybody else's out there, which that's good for the real rough water that we have. And we got 25 full-time employees even during the winter.
Keeping people busy at the lake.
Yeah, so we got a good service for everything we do. And we pretty much service mostly the stuff that we had built ourselves.
Okay. And there's quite a bit of that out there.
Yeah, we probably built close to 4,000 of them. And we also do work in the Kansas City area and for the Corps of Engineers and the Missouri Department of Conservation. So
There's good references for you.
Yeah, and we've done a few real big contracts this year for a condominium complex, so it seems like the bigger stuff's coming back anyway.
That's good. Let me ask you, in 25 years, and you've seen docks go from being a place where you park your boat to now they're almost an extension of the lake house itself.
Yeah, because a lot of people like having the amenities of a shed with a bar on the dock so they can all congregate there and don't cost no gas to stay there and have fun.
Exactly.
And that's why, there's a lot of different options in the shed situation with the roof overhangs, like for the patios. Seemed like a few years ago most people wanted the bigger sun deck. And since it's been hot the last 2 years, they've been opting for more shade in those areas. So that's kind of a trend you see anyway.
So it's got to be fun for you and refreshing for you to know that you're in a business that has a lot of versatility in it, and who knows what's around the corner when it comes to docks.
Yeah, you run into something new every day, really, and it keeps it interesting. And it seems like every situation's a tad bit different for where the home location is and their property are. So, and I've seen a lot of changes. I mean, cost has definitely changed, but the quality's changed just as much as the cost has on it.
Now let me ask you this: when people come into the lake, how do they find you?
They can reach us at our phone number, which is 573-372-5501. Or we got an email address at docks@ozarkbarge.com. And we're located off of 5 Highway between Laurie and Gravois Mills. So we're kind of on the quiet side, but it's...
Nothing wrong with that.
No, there ain't nothing wrong with that. Cheaper to operate off the quiet side.
If someone does come see you and they want to see samples of your work, will you put them in a boat and take them for a tour?
Yeah, we got like displays at our office area, and then where from our office like 4 miles away is where we do our assembly location on the water. So we always got a couple in the works there where people can kind of see them as they go through the stages of being put together.
Excellent. Well, here's to another 25 years, right?
Yeah, hopefully, if I can make it that long.
Well, thanks for making it through with us today.
All right, I appreciate it.
Advantage Marine, Bridgeport Jet Ski, Drew Boat Lift Company, Fiber Steel Boat Lifts, Formula Boats of Missouri, Glen Cove Marina, Hydro Hoist Boat Lifts, Marine Max, Ozarks Barge and Dock Service, Ozark Yacht Club, PDQ Marine Services, Polylift, Rough Water Dock, Somerset Boat Lifts, Sir Dyke Yamaha and Marina, Tri-Toon Town, Village Marina and Yacht Club, Yacht Club Marina,